Welcome to another RMSO Dirt Road Roundtable Drive. We're up on Monte Cristo Mountain and we're going in to service some game cameras, Bigfoot sighting hotspot. We know 7 people personally that have saw Bigfoot on this mountain, not to mention the dozens of other Bigfoot sightings. So kick back, relax. Sometimes there's not a lot of talking, but we like to show the entire area. Those game cameras only show like a 50 by 50 square of the mountain, but this entire mountain is a Bigfoot sighting hotspot.
Yeah, it is.
We got Mike, Derek, and Kelly.
What up? I personally believe this is the hottest spot in Utah. That's my beliefs.
Well, it's definitely cooler up here.
Absolutely.
The hottest spot's right downtown. Man. Yeah,
About 20 degrees cooler up here than down there.
Jeez, damn.
Yep.
Feels breathable.
It's looking like 72 degrees out there right now.
Perfect.
It is perfect.
Yep, we just come from where it was, I don't know, my vehicle said it was 103 before I jumped in your car.
It was so hot.
So down in the valley it was 103 before we come up here. So yeah, if I was a giant hairy thing, I think I'd rather be here than where we hooked up in the valley. Yeah, this is our backyard. This is only about 65 miles from where we all live, so we consider it our backyard. Hell, it is Derek's backyard. Derek got bigs in the backyard.
I do love my backyard.
Yeah, Derek lives on the bench down there. Matter of fact, just a couple of years ago, I got a Bigfoot sighting report of 3 teenagers and an adult that saw a Bigfoot right in your backyard, Derek.
Yep.
They're only a couple of miles, maybe not even a mile from where you live.
I told you that wasn't me, man. Got some other hairy dude running through the brush.
Yeah, that was not too long ago. What, 2014? 15 maybe?
I think it was 15. Yep, they were doing some type of a soft gun game.
Airsoft?
Airsoft, yeah. And they had their Bigfoot sighting. And that's on right there on the bench where you're at.
They thought it was one of their buddies.
He thought it was
down behind the bush.
He thought it was one of his buddies, and after he keyed in on it, he realized it wasn't, and alerted the rest of them to it. And once the creature realized that they had all keyed in on it, it took off. And then they're sitting there, you know, confused, talking back and forth to each other, and the damn thing snuck back up on them and started peeking at them from behind the rock he originally spotted it at.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to get the guy to actually take us out there where it happened. So we knew exactly where it happened, but we could never couple the guy.
Yeah, they sometimes get cold feet. People are afraid. A lot of people are afraid that if they go public with a Bigfoot sighting, it's going to ruin their careers. So, or whatever. So that, you know, I understand when they want to remain anonymous.
True.
You know, but since Finding Bigfoot has come out and brought the subject of Bigfoot more mainstream, there's a lot more people that are willing to come forward with their Bigfoot sightings. But if you want to remain anonymous, or if you don't mind us putting your name out there, some people want their name out there attached to their sighting, send us your Bigfoot sighting. We try to go and investigate the areas of every Bigfoot sighting that we can. If not, we still like to hear about it. The data of the Bigfoot sighting is very valuable to us. You can report that to our website, www.rmso.net. You can also send your Bigfoot sighting to kcshaw40@gmail.com. We want to hear about your Bigfoot sighting. Most of the Bigfoot sighting reports that I got on this mountain was before I became an avid Bigfoot hunter or searcher. I searched for Bigfoot. You know, most of those sightings happened were told to me before I started coming up here. I think only 2 of them out of the 7 actually come after I became serious about searching for Bigfoot. So, you know, these people weren't yanking my chain saying, "Oh, you're a Bigfoot hunter, da 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 da, here's," you know, "got a story for you." But yeah, one of the reports was from like 1979. I worked for the guy. As a matter of fact, the whole time I worked for him, we never did talk about Bigfoot. When I got serious about finding Bigfoot, I saw his Bigfoot report on BFRO, and I'm like, what? Is that the same Larry Darley that I used to work for? There can't be very many Larry Darleys in the world. So I got a hold of him, and he's like, "Yeah, that was me." So I got additional details out of him. Down this hill is the most recent Bigfoot sighting. I'll put the link to the video in the description of this. But our buddy Matthew Anderson, he's our buddy now. We met him because he sent us his Bigfoot sighting report, and we come up with him, and he showed us his Bigfoot sighting down at the bottom of this hill. Feel like him giving us our report, I got really close to it without him coming up and showing us X marks the spot. Yeah, Derek and I come up here with him and walked through his entire report with him.
Yep. It just happened just up here on the left.
Yep, where that truck's turning ahead of us. Yeah, that truck's pulling off right where his Bigfoot sighting happened. The Bigfoot was up there about 50 feet.
Yep.
Yep.
He was going the opposite direction. The Bigfoot was fully in his headlights. Scared the crap out of his girlfriend. He wanted to back up and check it out again, and she was just like, go. Pretty creepy when a monster comes to life in front of your eyes.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yo. The elk hunt starts soon, so it's probably a little bit busier up here than normal. Everybody that's drawn out for an elk up here scouting around and getting their camps set up and all that. We were just talking about it earlier before we flipped the camera on, but we have noticed since we got serious about finding Bigfoot in 2007, it's when we really got serious about the subject, even though we've always been into the subject, enthusiasts, I would say. When you start studying the sighting reports, the largest percentage of sighting reports happen during the hunting seasons, during elk hunts and deer hunts. My opinion on the subject is more people are going off the trail than any other time of the season, and I think it kind of pushes the Bigfoot around and creates sightings. I mean, sightings happen all year round, but between August and December. That's when you're going to get your biggest percentage of sighting reports in most areas. What I really love about an avid hunter's Bigfoot sighting report is, you know, these people are out there all the time, and, you know, a hunter is on the top of his game. He's not going to shoot something unless he has a tag for it. He knows exactly what he's looking for. And so when they come out and say, you know, they saw a Bigfoot, it just, you know, these guys are experienced woodsmen and very good at observation in the woods.
Depends on how good the hunter is.
My biggest thing on credibility of sightings is not only the witness, you know, the story doesn't change over years or whatever, or the sighting sounds credible, but I also research the history of the location, you know, and when you have dozens of sighting reports coming out of a location, they seem to start cooperating with each other. So this mountain, us knowing 7 people personally that have had them up here, and then dozens of others between here and Hardware Ranch.
Got a bunch of sheep.
Mm-hmm.
Look for the Pyrenees. Where's my dog?
We're supposed to come up here and camp with Matthew Anderson at some point in time.
We also saw a big old bull moose up on the mountain.
I'll put that picture in here. Derek took a couple of really nice photos of him. He's actually the nicest bull moose that we've had a photo of in a few years. I couldn't even see him. I was looking through the viewfinder in Derek's camera.
I'd have missed him if it wasn't for Mike.
There he is.
Watching him roll.
I suck at spotting the game. If I'm with a group of people and we see Bigfoot, I'll probably be the last one to see him.
We've got more sheep in front of us. Quite a bit more.
There's the murder and his dog.
Yep.
Yeah, up.
These are the guys that probably see Bigfoot all the time.
Well, he's got some stories.
Mm-hmm. I know. Look, he looks worried too.
Don't run over the sheep, baby.
They're right there. Right there.
What, big feet?
There's
There's
the
the
Pyrenees.
Pyrenees. There's the dog.
Mm-hmm. Derek has 2 Pyrenees, by the way. Oh no, there's a second one down in the gully over there.
Don't surprise me if there's not a couple more running around here somewhere.
They need something to keep freaking wolves, coyotes, and bear off the sheep.
And the sheep in one place.
Mm-hmm.
Good dog.
There's a good dog.
Too bad he has to eat your weight in sheep. Blood, so
They do eat a lot, that's
I
for
bet.
sure.
They're up here kind of late with the sheep. Usually they've,
no, it's
or they're
about the
bringing
time
them
they
back
start
out.
getting them down. As soon as the bow hunts start, they start getting moved out.
Is that what's going on this weekend? Is the the elk bow hunt?
Yo,
Okay.
opens this weekend for the
Nice.
archery.
Yep. All those ATVs up here, that's what they're probably
all kinds
doing.
of campers in here.
We're just
I
hitting them.
did expect to see more. I did.
Oh, there's one.
There's a,
Nope.
yep. Decent sized camp for sure.
They got bow racks on there. No, these guys are just normal campers. They don't have any bow racks.
Real off one of their four-wheelers was missing branch.
Bet you they appreciate a herd of sheep coming through.
Look, there's a black sheep. Or is that a dog?
That's a dog following them up behind them.
The next mountain east of here, called Labarge Creek and Labarge Meadows. Guy that was tending sheep up there that's had a couple of Bigfoot sightings. So, you know, when we saw that that professional sheep herder walk past the vehicle, you know, we're saying, I bet you he's seen a lot of stuff, you know. You know, over there on Labarge, you know, that was a sheep herder out tending the sheep that had his Bigfoot sightings. And I'll put the link to that video in the description. He's got a pretty interesting sighting up there. And Jenny and I were there 3 weeks ago, and we found a really nice Bigfoot print down by the creek. You know, it's very far, few and in between when you're on a Bigfoot expedition that you find any Bigfoot evidence. And, you know, I don't even expect it anymore. I never expect it. So it's always a shocker and a surprise, and it's a pleasant surprise when you find it. But, yeah, we found really nice Bigfoot track up there next to the river. And then we crossed the river, and on the other side there was some structures and some trees that were like ripped over to the side. So not saying it was Bigfoot, not saying it was whatever left that track, but that's what we found. And it was that very creek that sheep herder had the Bigfoot come right up in his face and stare him in the eyes. He looked up from drinking out of the creek, and the Bigfoot was like right down there at his level staring at him before it stood up. There's a taste of the Monte Cristo Bigfoot sighting location, sighting hotspot. We serviced a bunch of game cameras. If there's anything on there at all, we'll just put it at the end of the video, so make sure that you watch to the end. Keep on watching, we're going to keep on squatching.